How do you deal with a situation when the builder goes bust on you halfway through a project and leaves you in the crap? On this particular site, that's exactly what happened. The builder went bust, left us with an unfinished project that we had to pick up and resolve. So many issues we had to deal with. Let me tell you exactly what we're now doing and how we've now sold the house. If you're watching my videos for the first time, my name is Hussain, and on this channel I share with you my 15 years of property investing experience to ultimately help you get further faster in your property investing journey. On this particular site, when we acquired it, it was just a small farmhouse with the intention for us to build 3 new houses and also adapt the existing one. But right now it's starting to rain. It was a lovely sunny day when we started. So let's go on through inside and let me show you exactly what's happened here and what we're doing and how now we're moving forward. This particular house started off life as a 3-bedroom farmhouse with the farm and the fields just next to us, so a great, beautiful location. When we acquired the site, the intention was to build 3 brand new executive houses, 5-bedroom detached houses, and to take this little house and make it much nicer, much bigger, and much more desirable than it currently was. That was the plan anyway. So we gave the job to a design and build contractor who took on the whole job, and effectively what that means is their responsibility was to deliver the project for us and just give us the keys at the end. Hey, well, that was a theory anyway. Let's just say it didn't quite work out that way. And I've visited this site before, in particular this house, and explained a little bit around what happened. Unfortunately, when the contractor went bust, we'd paid them up until that point for the work that they'd already done for us. Unfortunately, they hadn't paid some of their subcontractors, the people that they'd passed some of the work on to. So what happened was the plumbers and the electricians unfortunately came back and started ripping some of the things out of this particular house after they had fitted them because they hadn't been paid. And you know, I can understand their frustration, and the frustration from us was that we'd already paid for the work, but they hadn't been paid. But that's where we were, and that's the crap that they left us in, and that was the situation that we were in. The first problem we had was to actually secure the site to stop other people coming in and taking things out where they shouldn't be taking them out and causing any more damage or costs for us. Once we'd secured the site, then it was really about how do we rectify some of the problems. Well, let me show you actually what I mean by some of the things that the guys have done and they've ripped out. So here, for example, in the utility room, just over here, there was a boiler that had already been fitted on the wall, which as you can see now has disappeared. It's been removed again. And here we had the consumer unit on this side. So here the electrics are all fitted for the consumer unit, and now again it's been ripped out and taken out. So, you know, it's not called massive amounts of damage, but it certainly is a bit of a headache. And as I said, I can understand the frustration of the subcontractors, but it leaves us in a bit of a mess. We've got to fix the problem and move forward from here. So once we'd secured the site, rightly, now is a case of let's get all this work done. But of course, it's about getting the project finished and getting them sold as well. So now, because of the stamp duty holiday that's happening by the end of June, which that stamp duty holiday will come to an end, there's a sudden urge of people being able to try to get deals done and get it finished. So it means we've got these properties on this site agreed and sold. And what we're trying to do now is get them finished in time. So let's go and meet Russell now, my business partner on this particular project, and let's run through what we're doing on this particular house. Russell, my business partner, is just attending to some of the contractors right now because we're really under some pressure to get this done. Besides, he's a little bit camera shy, so excuse the noise in the background because they're really cracking through to get this done. We haven't got a lot of weeks. We've got about 5 weeks to get this completely finished so we can get the transaction done within the timeline. The buyers asked for a few changes to be done. We've created this as a 4-bedroom house, so it's had a huge extension on it to make it bigger on the ground floor and also on the first floor as well. However, they've asked us to change it back to a 3-bedroom house, but with more bigger rooms and more spacious rooms. So now we've got 3 bathrooms on this first floor, but also what they've done here, this room, we've removed the partition here and moved it further back. to make this room bigger. So this will now be the master bedroom. It's got its own ensuite just over here. Then the room behind me that was there previously, which is where I'm standing, would have been the smaller room. That's effectively been removed, and part of the space has been allocated to the room behind, and part of it in this one. So we've lost that room. But in that room, that's next to the bathroom. So what we've done is taken a doorway out from that room so you can access the bathroom directly from that particular bedroom as well. So essentially all 3 bedrooms now have access to their own separate bathroom, which is essentially what the buyer wanted. Other changes that we're making for this particular buyer, for the houses outside, they wanted more space to be able to park their cars. So we're making some changes to the front of the property to adapt it so they can park more cars on the front of the house. Hey, I'd love for you to do me a favor. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you hit that like button. It really just helps to get this content out to way more people just like you, because I'm on a mission to really help people in their property investing journey, and I'd love to get this content to reach much more people. And you can also help out by sharing this video with one person you think would really enjoy this particular content. Originally, the reason we'd give this particular site to a contractor as a design and build job meant that they could take care of the whole thing. We wouldn't have any headache, and we can concentrate on getting on with other projects that we're working on as well, because both Russell and I have got other projects that we're working on. So that was the idea, and that's how it was going to work out. But now that we were in this situation where the builders effectively just got bump on us and we left having to pick up all the mess, one option is we give the whole remaining job to another builder to come in and finish it off. Or the alternative was for us to be able to use people we've already worked with before, other builders and contractors, get them and come and do specific parts of the job to finish it off. And that's essentially what we've done. So between Russell and I, there's lots of contractors that we know and people that we work with, and really we've pulled them on site to finish it off. So the first 2 new build houses, they've been built, but there've been lots of little bits of snagging to do. So that's pretty much been done and finished now, again with somebody that we worked before on a number of projects. They've come in, tidied up all those little things, fixed things off, so those sales can progress as well. Then on this particular site, what we've got is individual contractors that we're building in, and also a project manager that again we worked with before, who's come in and overseeing the day-to-day responsibility to make sure we get it finished. Because the key thing here really is time. We need to finish within the right time frame to be able to get the completion done before that stamp duty deadline. Because if we overrun the stamp duty deadline, there's also a chain of other people along the way. What I mean by that is that people buying this particular house are selling their house to somebody else, and those buyers of that house I think may even have somebody looking to purchase their house, which is essentially creates a chain. So it's very easy for a chain to fall apart if somebody pulls out along the way, because it means that nobody along that chain can then progress. So the deadline is quite important. A lot of people are rushing to push towards this end of June deadline. Now at the end of June, stamp duty holiday isn't going to disappear completely. What it will do, it will halve till the end of September. And so what that means is we've got an opportunity now to be able to get these deals done with no stamp duty on them at all. New build sites like this can both be rewarding and also a nightmare as well. And when I got first involved in new builds, the key thing I was looking for is make sure there's a substantial profit, because as we're going through the process, we're going to get some learnings, but we can absorb those and still come out the other end with a profit. And that's a key thing, and that's what I look for when I'm looking at new build projects, a nice fat profit to make sure the whole thing is going to be worthwhile. If you'd like to see the video for the last time that we were here at this particular property, just as the contractor went bust and we're taking control of the site, we'll link that video up here for you so you can watch that next. And before you go make sure and watch that, make sure that you click on my face down here to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that way you get to see this content as and when it's released. So I'll see you over here on this video just now.